I remember a day when life wasn't so hard, thought Sadea to herself as she got out of bed early one morning. Sadea and her family live in a small home in the village of Binawaz. They don't have much money and have struggled for most of their life. But just recently, life for Sadea and her siblings has become much more difficult. A few months ago, when their father passed away, they were all required to take on more responsibility in the house. As the oldest sibling of only 12 years old, it became Sadea's responsibility to wake up early in the morning and go to the river to get fish. All the fish she caught would be sold for money that would help pay for food, school, and any other family needs. But many days for Sadea were unlucky. No fish and no money. Many nights they went to bed hungry. After returning from fishing early one morning, Sadea got ready to go to school. She enjoyed learning and seeing her friends. It felt like any other typical day for Sadea. She walked to school with her friend Gloria, spent the day learning from her teachers, and then walked home. But tonight wasn't going to be like any other night. Tonight would be the night her life changed forever. Sadea's mother asked her to sit down and began explaining how she had found someone to marry her. Sadea, there is a man who is going to marry you. He is 35 years old. He is going to take care of you, your siblings, and myself. You will move in with him and his family very soon. Sadea was confused. Married? I'm 12 years old. I don't even know what that is. Sadea could tell her mother was uncertain herself, but she knew that her mother couldn't afford to feed her, buy her clothes, or pay for her schooling anymore. Your husband has promised to provide for us if you marry him, said her mother. She had no other options. If she refused to get married, she would have nowhere else to go. Sadea could not stop crying. She was filled with fear and concern. She spent the whole night wondering what was going to happen. On the walk to school the next morning, Sadea told Gloria what was going on. I have to get married to a man I don't know, said Sadea. You have to do what? You haven't even met this man. What are you going to do? Marry him, I guess, she said. I have no other choice. They both went silent. No words could fix what was going to happen. As the school day came to an end, they hugged and went their separate ways. When Sadea got home, her mother told her that she would be moving in with her new husband tomorrow. The next day came quicker than Sadea could have imagined. Her siblings stood by the door, filled with sadness and confusion. Goodbye, my love, said her mother. I love you. Days went by. Life as a wife was very different. Sadea could no longer go to school and instead had to take care of her new husband. She lost all of her freedom. I miss home, she thought frequently. She thought about how when she lived back home, she could do whatever she wanted. Here, she had to do as she was told, bossed around by her husband and in-laws, and severely beaten if she did not listen to them. 6 months had passed. Sadea was now pregnant. Terrified at the idea of having a baby, Sadea would always fight with her husband, which never ended well. Pregnancy was not easy at all, considered she was a baby herself. How am I going to be a mother, she thought. How will I give birth? One night, Sadea got so scared she tried to run away and went back to her mother's. Her mother was so angry. What have you done, Sadea? You must go back. And the next morning, her mother got her husband to come get her. Sadea did not know what was going to happen, but she knew it wouldn't be good. When she returned home, her husband was not happy with her. You are a disgrace. What kind of wife does that? He beat her so badly that she had a miscarriage. Not long after, Sadea was pressured into having more children. Just over 2 years later, she had 2 beautiful daughters. Her husband not so happy about the fact of having girls. Sadea suffers daily as a result of childbearing and birth. The pain and tear her with her every minute of every day. Being a mother and a wife wasn't easy, but she loved her girls very much. After a few years went by, Sadea's husband passed away. She knew that life wasn't going to be easy, but that if change was going to happen, it would be now. Finally, some freedom. I don't want my daughters to grow up to become someone else's property. I will make sure they are educated, empowered, and live on to become something more than a bride. and Sadea made sure that that happened. Over the next few years, she worked very hard, and although it wasn't easy, she did it. She was able to send her daughters to a center for girls. This center was for girls living in poverty and provided housing and education. They were also given an older mentor who would help guide them through their journey. There they will stay until they are at least 18 years old. Sending her sweet loves away was not easy, but she knew it was much better than sending them off to get married. This opportunity will allow my girls to have freedom, to make choices for themselves, and to help teach them that they are important. My girls will become independent and decide their own fate. That is their right as a girl and a human.